hungry? Because if so, you're in the right place. Today we're making banana tiramisu.
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Görgött. We made normal tiramisu, the best tiramisu, a couple of months back or half a year ago or so. Now the issue is my daughter is not a huge fan of coffee, so I've been thinking about how I could make just as good a dessert as the original tiramisu, but without coffee. So we're making banana tiramisu today. But before we have a look at the ingredients, do me the huge favor, if you're not a subscriber to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button and check the bell icon so that you get a notification every Tuesday when a new episode comes out. But now, let's have a look at the board. So the main difference, you can say, is chocolate milk and bananas. Obviously, you would have coffee and coffee liqueur for a normal tiramisu. But here, we're exchanging that bananas and chocolate milk. Chocolate and bananas is a match made in heaven anyways. We have 3 bananas. We have 150 grams of egg yolks. In this case, it's 8 egg yolks. 120 grams of sugar. And the black stuff there is vanilla, so that's half a vanilla pod. We have 620 grams of mascarpone. And we have 24 ladyfingers. Let's see how many we fit. I'm not sure we fit all of them. And we have some cocoa powder just to sprinkle on top when we serve it. But let's get ready. Let's start with dipping our ladyfingers, and then we can put them in the fridge to keep cool and firm up a bit. So I'll clear up here, and then we'll do that. Now for this, I'm using just 2 containers where I can put lid on. You just need lid on one of them. We'll put our chocolate milk in. Put in all of it. You don't want them to become too soft. A little bit soft is fine, but not too soft. We'll take them out. And we'll just stack them in here. Put the lid on and then into the fridge. And you just do that with all of your ladyfingers. And next up, we'll prep the banana. Now for our bananas, the trick with bananas is to peel them from the bottom. The riper, the better in this case. They can be almost completely brown because you're after the taste. Peel your bananas. And now you could potentially do this in a mixer, but I'm just doing it with a fork. You want to just mush them up. And then we put them in a separate bowl and keep them until we're ready to layer. But the next thing we'll do is we'll start actually making the filling, so the mascarpone cream. Set up a KitchenAid or some kind of machine. You can do with a, a whisk as well. But you need to whisk quite long, so if you have a machine, it's worth to put it up. And this is kind of the consistency we want with the banana. A nice mush. Finish your bananas, set up your KitchenAid, and I'll see you again. We're ready. In here is our egg yolks, our sugar, and our vanilla. And we'll first whisk that separate. Then we'll whisk the mascarpone. Then we'll combine them and whisk them together. So this will probably take 4 to 5 minutes. You want it really pale and fluffy. I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. I'll see you once it's done. We're about halfway through, and I just wanted to show you that sometimes it can be good to just scrape down with a scraper like this on the edges, because you get some egg and sugar stuck there, and you want everything to be mixed in well. So just maybe stop halfway and make sure that you scrape your edges. Like that. We're done. You want it to kind of beat soft peaks. Let's see if I can show you. That's the consistency you're looking for. Now scrape this into a different container and then put your mascarpone in here, just by itself. You don't have to clean it in between. So I'll see you in a bit when we're done that. So in here now is our mascarpone. It's a bit dirty. And we'll whisk that for about 3-4 minutes. And then we'll add our egg mix and mix that again for probably 6-7 minutes. It's important to get a lot of air in there. So I'll see you once we're ready to put in the egg. Now we've beaten some air into the mascarpone. I'll leave it like that. I think you can see a bit, yeah. Now we just pour in our egg mix. I don't know if you can see how fluffy it is, but it's very fluffy. Just clean the edges before we put it back in. And now this step is important. You need to give it enough time, because otherwise your tiramisu is just going to fall apart, or the cream is going to fall apart. Probably, maybe even 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. But I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. We're ready. Get this away and I'll try to show you the consistency. Nice and firm, but still airy. So now we'll put this, well, we actually keep this in here, but we'll take the machine away and then we'll start assembling. So we first start with a spoon at the bottom. Spread it out a bit so we have a nice base. Next are lady fingers. I like to stack them close together. Let's see. Take a piece off like this. Nice and chocolatey. Time for our banana layer. And now you just continue like that. Another layer of the mascarpone cream, ladyfingers, banana, mascarpone cream, until you run out of space or ladyfingers. Then you put it in the fridge, ideally for at least an hour. So I'll see you once it's been in the fridge for an hour and we're ready to serve it up. Now this has been in the fridge for a little bit over an hour now. Ideally I would have taken a bit of a bigger container. Could have added some more of the mascarpone cream. Now let's serve this up. Some of the cocoa powder on top. There we go. We need to clean the edges maybe a little bit. Oh, not too bad. Not the most beautiful one. Should have left it in longer, and then becomes the lady fingers become a bit softer, so they're easier to spoon out. And you can see the layers. But I promise you, it's going to taste amazing. But before we dig into this, if you stuck with me this far, there must have been something you enjoyed about this episode. So do me the huge favor and hit that thumbs up button. It's just down there, takes you a second, but it's really valuable to me to get my content out there in the YouTube universe. Now let's dig in. Bit of everything. Amazing. Really tastes like a children's dessert. If your child loves banana, or for anyone who likes banana, would really love this. It's just great. Imagine a tiramisu that tastes a bit like a banana split or a banana milkshake. That chocolate milk and the ladyfingers really comes through nicely as well and goes perfectly with the banana. Now, yes, it's not a proper tiramisu or a classical tiramisu, but it is a great dessert. Obviously, you need to like bananas, but I think a lot of people do. Otherwise, stick to the normal tiramisu. I'll put a link to the recipe there, but it's the same basically, just without the bananas and with coffee instead of chocolate milk. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have any questions about this recipe, leave them in the comments below. Main thing to consider is to whisk it long enough, and don't whisk it too hard because then you will separate the fat. Yeah, I've done that a couple of times in my past, and just make sure to whisk it long, but don't whisk it too hard. That's it for this time. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.